Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Power here, and in today's scroll saw project video, we got another musical theme project, which was not my intentions to follow last video, which was the Jazz Man, up with this project, which is another musical theme project. But anyway, here is the pattern. It is musical notes. I think this would be something great to cut out and give to a music teacher at a school, or decorate someone's place with that's interested in music, or even has their own musical studio. I really like the design. It's designed by Steve Good. The pattern calls for 3/4 inch material. I'm going to actually do this project out of 2 pieces of 1/4 inch material, and you can see it here, the 2 layers. This is an old shipping crate that had 1/4 inch plywood around it for protection, and it came to me. So what I'm going to do is make 2 at one time, so that means I'm going to be stack cutting. I've already got the pieces wedged together with some brad nails and got the pattern attached with clear packing tape. And I've even got a piece of white poster board sandwiched in between, so we will get a stencil to use for later things. I always like making the stencils. I think they're really cool and a great way to keep a record of everything you've made, and they slide easily into a filing cabinet. But what I'm going to do now is something a little bit differently. We're going to move the camera over to the workbench and drill all of our pilot holes with just a cordless drill. I don't think you need a drill press to do all your pilot holes for internal cutting. It does help with it being stationary. You can also get by with a drill, so that's why I'm going to do the pilot holes with a basic cordless drill in this video. So let's move the camera over to the workbench and drill some pilot holes. And over here on the workbench, using the same size drill bit I use over on the drill press in my cordless drill, we're going to drill all of our pilot holes. It just takes a little bit longer than with the stationary drill press to use a cordless drill. But after we get all of our pilot holes drilled, we head over to the scroll saw and start scrolling. I am using number 5 reverse tooth, sharp tooth scroll saw blades, and they are cutting through this shipping crate material extremely well. Again, I said it was about 1/4 inch thick, and I don't believe it's Luan plywood, but the blades are cutting it extremely well with little to no chip out, so I was very happy with that. Going along here and getting all of our internal cuts done. And trying to do all of the smaller internal cuts before moving to the bigger internal cuts. This is a Steve Good design and is available as a free pattern download over at his website at www.scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com over in the free pattern catalog. And you see the camera move there. The piece was swinging around and hitting the leg on the tripod, so I moved the camera between cuts. If you guys like what you're seeing, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me online at Artisan Pirate over on my Instagram page. I try to post over there at least twice daily and use the story feature from time to time to show you guys what I'm doing out in the workshop. Now doing the final big internal cut. And now all that's left to do is the outside cut, and I start the outside cut with a pilot hole. Rather than coming in from the outside, I like to start with the pilot hole because it just helps keep the wood more stable, especially when stack cutting like we're doing here. And when we come back around, I will go on and cut through the pilot hole and out the other side, because all the cutting will be done, and then there's no need for the piece to be kind of stable in the wood, if that makes sense. But you'll see me do that here in a second. There you go. And now we're going to go to the workbench and remove the pattern and separate the 2 pieces. And you'll see the stencil we got in the middle. Awesome. And that will be put in a file folder. And now we're just sanding with 100 grit sandpaper in the palm sander, front and back on each piece. And as always, I'll do more sanding off camera. But for now, the project is done. And here we have the completed scroll saw musical notes. I think they turned out real good, and as a result of stack cutting, we got two beautiful pieces for the time it took to cut out one. I'm going to show one of them up close here on the camera. Real nice detail in it that really shows off the musical soundboard and all. I think it turned out real good. I'm a huge fan of music, and like I've said before, I have music playing all the time out here in the workshop. Not during this part of the videos because of copyright notices on YouTube, but as soon as the camera flips off, I have music out here going all the time. And also, as a result of stack cutting, I got this nice and awesome poster board stencil. This would be great to use if you like to do airbrush art. It would do great as a stencil or anything like that. I just stick them in a file folder and throw them in the filing cabinet out here in the workshop because it's just a great visual receipt or a great visual record of everything you make out in your workshop, and I think they are great to make. And poster board's very cheap. I can get $3 for $1 at the dollar store, the big huge sheets. But again, I think this project turned out real good. Again, got two of them for the time it took to cut out one. I hope you guys learned something in this video today. I hope you enjoyed me using the drill instead of the actual drill press, just to show a different way of going about prepping work for the scroll saw. But that's about all for this video, guys. Remember, guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.